AirPods 3 may be close to launch, and will we finally see those long-awaited Apple AR glasses in 2020? We've got all the rumors on this week's show. Let's get things started with the AirPods. Throughout 2019, we've heard a lot of juicy rumors about the supposed AirPods 3, noise cancellation, a new in-ear design, and water resistance. Last week, 9to5Mac found an image in the iOS 13.2 beta that might indicate these new AirPods are nearly ready to go. The glyph shows AirPods with tips to make them sit more securely in the ear. And the renders followed soon after. This one from Michael Ripplehuber on Twitter shows a different spin on the AirPods we know, with a slightly smaller design, interchangeable tips, and a larger earbud. Another one from Phone Industry, also on Twitter, follows the same vibe, again showing a slightly shorter stem and larger earbud. Like other wireless earbuds with interchangeable tips, you'd be able to swap them out for a better fit. The tips also make a tighter seal in your ear canal for passive noise cancelling. But the main clues we have about how the active noise cancelling may work is from the same 9to5Mac report that found a reference to something called focus mode in internal iOS code. Presumably, you'd be able to turn this mode on or off to activate or deactivate noise cancelling. One interesting patent uncovered by Brian Rommel on Twitter also shows a filing by Apple from 2016 called System and Method of Mixing Accelerometer and Microphone Signals to Improve Voice Quality in a Mobile Device. A long title. Now, while not specifically mentioning noise cancellation, it could potentially help drown out ambient sounds. Essentially, it details how voice quality can be improved by taking acoustic signals from one or more microphones and performing spectral mixing. Now, the patent specifically mentions wires, but maybe it could be adapted to wireless buds like the AirPods. And another patent from October 1st this year called Earbud Stability Anchor Feature that shows a diagram with swappable tips on a new AirPod design. Other images on Slashleaks posted last month may corroborate the new look of the AirPods, showing the shells and a case, which does look fairly similar to that image in the iOS 13.2 beta. But the best part about all these rumors is that if you're really keen to be ahead of the curve, you can already buy protective silicone cases on Amazon for the AirPods 3. No reviews yet, obviously. So when do we expect to see the new AirPods 3? DigiTimes via Mac Rumors reported last month that production could have already started, with supply chain sources saying they may be ready in time for the holiday shopping season. But what would you like to see on the AirPods 3? Here's my top 3 suggestions. First up, a dedicated AirPods control app with equalizer so you don't have to adjust things like tap controls in the Bluetooth settings. Other brands like Sony have a separate app to tune the sound. And while we're at it, I'll take better sound quality on the AirPods too. Next is volume controls without having to use your phone, Siri, or turning the crown on the Apple Watch. One of my favorite features on the Powerbeats Pro is that volume rocker. And while the AirPods don't have that much room on them, maybe it could be a touch control on the stem. Finally, some more color options. Now this one seems like a no-brainer, given that the Powerbeats Pro come in a variety of different colors. And just think about it, black AirPods would look so much sleeker. But what features do you want? Leave me a comment below and I'll read some of them in next week's show. Remember those Apple AR glasses that have been on the horizon for a while now? Well, according to TF Securities analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, in a translated note reported by CNBC, we could be getting them as soon as the second quarter of 2020, maybe in time for WWDC. We know Apple has been heavily invested in developing AR kit on mobile devices, but the glasses themselves have been a closely guarded secret. And it makes sense that Apple would be playing a wait-and-see approach, especially given competitors like Magic Leap, Microsoft, and Google haven't exactly seen consumers pick them up in droves. And of course, they're shifting more to enterprise uses now. The note also says that these glasses are being built with third-party brands, in a similar way maybe to how Facebook is working with Ray-Ban. Those glasses are codenamed Orion and will potentially launch around 2023, designed to replace your smartphone and maybe live stream your point of view. I have a feeling that those crazy looking Snap spectacles were onto something, and maybe version 3, which is coming out in the next few weeks, might give us a hint of what our AR glasses future might look like. Also in the same note is mention of the iPhone SE 2, which will likely get an update to the new A13 Bionic chip and have the same or very similar design to the current iPhone 8. And it could be a lot cheaper than the iPhone 11, which starts at $699 in the US. Kuo thinks the SE2 could be $399. As for a new iPad Pro, now Ming-Chi Kuo thinks that we're going to see it in the same release timeframe next year, so the first or second quarter of 2020, not necessarily this month. As MacRumors reports, it may have a rear 3D time-of-flight camera, which would also help with AR. Maybe 2020 vision is coming Apple's way in 2020. Last week I asked if you were waiting for that new 2020 iPad Pro with mini-LED display technology, or you were just going to buy one this year. Uncle Jerry 50th says, if you want a product and like the version that's out, just buy it. I remember hearing next year will be the year that the iPad gets OLED since 2016. It's now 2019 and we're hearing micro LED, and today we hear mini LED. The point is, not even Apple knows what displays are going into their products coming out 2 to 3 years from now. So upgrade if you like the product. Well said. And I think Ruptapus had a bit of a hint as what was coming up this week. Okay, so if you ask me, well, I'm excited more about the rumored Apple glasses. With the advancement of ARKit 3.0, it seems evident that Apple is interested in starting another new category. I think you've been looking into the crystal ball. Thanks for watching, and come back next week for more news and rumors on the Apple Core.